Hello, my name is Jasmine, also known as Blacksneakers. For those who don't know, my name is Jasmine, also known as Blacksneakers. I'm an illustrator based in North Carolina, USA. Mm. Um, and the reason why I'm on my Zoom right now is because for a good while I just had this inkling to record myself. Not myself specifically, but my process for my comic. Surprise! Making a comic, for those you don't know, I'm making one right now. Yay! um, if I had the graphics ready, it's gonna be right here called Eyes of the Sun. I wish I could do the whole like Eyes of the Sun, but that costs money probably. I'm not really sure. I'll figure it out. But anyway, so this comic it's been a long time coming. It's still the process, but it was originally a college assignment from like 2 to 4 years ago. I went to A&T to get my art degree, and part of that course or that curriculum was taking an illustration methods class with Professor Roy Carter. If you know him, you know him. He's a really cool dude. And our assignment was to create a 6-page comic, and I was like, say less, because my dream was to be a sequential artist. I previously went to SCAD for 1 year. Did not stay for more than one reason, but I will say that the point was such a bad dream. Goodness. So even though I loved it, it was not really in the cards for me, unfortunately. And so, but you know what? A&T was great. So it's not really an unfortunate thing. I'm really thankful for my time at A&T. In side note, I have a little bit of a stutter, so some words sound a little mixed up together. That's why. So just bear with me on that. That'll be great. Anyways, back to the story. So I went to A&T, and the class was illustration methods, and our assignment was a 6-page comic. 6-page comic. Yep. And I was like, oh, say less. This is what I want to do. So I had like the first version of it was not this comic. It was about a boy who was like a reincarnation of death. And I still plan on making that one day, just not right now. And I'm like, you know what, Carter, I gotta like change it up a little bit. I gotta change it up a little bit. He's like, what? And I'm like, okay, what about I have a a young woman in her mid to late 20s. She's kind of like a wallflower. Not kind of, she is a wallflower. If you've seen Bridgerton, take Penelope, but even more of a wallflower. Yeah. Wallflower, shy, timid. Her voice is unheard, pretty much. She has barely any control of her life, letting people take charge for her own decisions. And so on the eve of her wedding, she finds out her husband is not the man she thought he was. And she's like, I need a break. I need to go for a walk. And so she takes a walk. It's nighttime, just to clear her head, think about, is this what I want? I love this man, and my parents are low-key, high-key pressure me to get married, but I can't get married to a man that I don't trust, that I thought I knew but don't. Is that really fair to myself? Is that fair to what I want for myself, for my life? But it's what my parents want. So what about me? What do I want? And so that's pretty much what's going on in her head, right? I could tell you what he did. You're gonna have to read the book to see what he did. But little drop of interest, that was called. Anyways, and she ends up at a cemetery. Why? I don't know. Cemetery, and she meets a handsome young stranger who flips her world upside down because he's a vampire. He got the teeth, he got the eyes, he has the bloodthirstiness, right? So he bites her, and that changes her life forever. Her life is forever changed. And this change affects her marriage, affects her relationship to her parents, to her friends, with herself, because in her human life, she was the wallflower. She's the one who had no voice. She didn't have the confidence she needed to speak up for herself. And now she does, as a vampire. However, when it comes to that new change, she's more confident, she's more bold, she's more aggressive. So the energy between her old life and her new one, there's an imbalance there. And her goal is to find the balance between that before she gets hurt, before more people get hurt, that kind of thing. In the process, she meets a coven of vampires. She finds out her best friend is a witch. And there's a couple antagonists in town that can disrupt the flow that want her dead. So there's a lot going on. There's romance as well for those who want some romance. There's some action. There's a lot going on in this book. There's also just a seek for harmony with others and the self, with nature as well, which I'm really big on. So I think the story is great, and I think it took a while to really bring it to where it is now, because I was trying to figure out, how can I tell a story that makes sense, not makes sense, but just that means a lot, because I'm sure the previous versions made sense. They could have gone the way they could have gone, but they weren't right, they didn't fit the piece that I needed for the story. And now here we are. The story is going to be great. The visuals, I can literally see it in my head, and you're going to see it too. It's great. It took time for my artistry and creative thinking to grow. It took time for the story to evolve, to really get to where I think it can now become a really full, fleshed out comic. So, and now that I have the confidence and the excitement to really bring it to fruition, there's gonna be a website. There's gonna be a website. I'm creating the character designs for all the characters. I'm partially done. I will show you, but my iPad's dead. She literally just died. That's unfortunate. So I'll have graphics right here. Keep going. Yep. Oh, I love that one. Anyways, so hopefully that works out. If not, that's really awkward. Anyways, I have a website coming up. I'm working on the script, on the pages, the panels. But I do have a playlist that's up. If you're interested in what it sounds like, for me, music is a big impact into my art process. I literally make playlists. I want to say playlists. That's not how you say it. I have so many playlists for my art projects, because music just helps my thoughts get there. It's 1 + 2, 2 + 2. So, anyways, so yeah, I want to share my process with y'all. If not with y'all, then with myself. I don't know. I just feel like speaking it out loud means a lot. Something with the voice. And ironically, my main character, the voice, she needs her voice. And I'm finding mine with this story. And I'm just excited to share it. It's probably be on Instagram, but most likely YouTube. I like the long format video sharing concept. So that's probably what I do. And in terms of setup, this is what I got so far. I don't have the resources to expand it right now, and if I keep it up, that'd be great. Maybe one day it'll evolve. For right now, it's gonna be informal in my bedroom with this awesome blue lighting that I've had for about 5 years, and my camera light being the light you see on me right now. So it's gonna be informal, comfortable, and honestly, I'm here for that, to share my process while also being comfortable. So I hope you enjoy. I hope we can share things together in this format. Maybe you learn some things. I learned some things. All in all, I no longer am fearful of sharing my process. I don't know why I was. There was no point in concealing what I love to make. So I don't know why, but I'm over that. So I hope you look forward to it, because I am. So Okay. Bye.